Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for the October club activity. Today we're just going to be doing some quick and easy, healthy Halloween treats to get you in the Halloween spirit. I'm Morgan, I'm the Food Sovereignty Coordinator, and I help co-direct the 4-H programming.
Hi, I'm Crystal Frank. I'm the Public Health Nutritionist over here at the Catawba Service Unit.
Hi, my name's
It's Tyler Rattery. He's in the 3rd grade at Oakdale. And I'm Winona Hare, and I'm the cultural director, but also the co-4-H director.
Yeah.
Okay, we start off all of our activities with the 4-H pledge. And so Tyler has been practicing on this, but we're all going to do it together. Morgan, you want to lead?
I pledge my head to clear
Thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, my health to better living, for my club, my community, my country, and my world. The first recipe is a sweet, let me put my glasses
Sweet
on.
potato pumpkin paste chips.
Okay, the first thing we do in making this recipe is you take a sweet potato. Everybody should know what a sweet potato is, and you wash it really good. And it says cut it into thin slices. Morgan, I'm going to swipe your knife. And so you'll start out, remember 4-Hers, keep your hands to the back of the knife so you don't end up losing a finger over an activity. And you cut a very thin strip. So, after we've gone ahead and cut a lot ahead of time, and so now comes the fun part. Alright, the second thing you do is you make whatever cute pumpkin face you want to make. You can cut eyes, you can put noses in. It really doesn't matter. You don't have to be perfect. Just do what you want. The oven will certainly make them look a little bit scarier. So just go to town. I did one without any of mine having noses. But if you want a nose, go ahead and do it. And then you just take your finger and you carefully, sometimes you have to go back and cut it again, but pop it out. So you're going to actually make the faces show up.
So sweet potatoes, they are full of a lot of great nutrients for us. So they're a great source of vitamin A, which is helpful to support our eye health. We also have potassium in these sweet potatoes, which is really good to support good blood pressure and also helps with muscle contractions. In addition to that, we've got fiber, which you'll notice we kept the skin on these sweet potatoes, and that's where a lot of good fiber is at. And sweet potatoes, a thing to know about them, you want to store them in a cool, dry place. They're not as stable as you think that they are, so usually you want to use these within 1 to 2 weeks after purchasing them.
Alright, now that you've got your faces cut out, which you can see, you only need 3 ingredients. The olive oil, salt, and your cinnamon. So we're going to start with 1 tablespoon of the olive oil.
And guys, remember olive oil is a good important healthy fat for us.
Good. Oh, you did so good. You didn't even spill it. Alright, let's put the lid on it. You'll do that for us. How much salt?
Just a pinch of salt.
You ever had to do a pinch of salt? I'm going to pinch it out of my hand. A pinch of salt. Oh, perfect. Alrighty. And for Halloween, since I spilled some, over my shoulder. And how much cinnamon?
And cinnamon, if you're doing a whole sweet potato, it does call for a teaspoon, but we'll just do a little bit less than that since we just have part of it. Yep, that'll be
Okay, perfect. Dip it down in there. Perfect. And then just drop it in. Now I'll put this on for you. Okay, the fun part is you stirring it up with this thing. There you go. You just lay that right there.
It looks like chocolate.
It does look like chocolate. Looks very good, doesn't it? Now, take your pieces of the pumpkin after you have made your concoction. This is like a witch's brew. And we're going to drop all of them in there. Every one of them. So grab the others.
You can take all the rest of these and we'll put them in and toss them.
And then what you're gonna do is just stir them around, get them all wet. Perfect. Now turn your bowl just a little bit. You see how they now have that coating on them? That's what you want. That'll make them turn out really good in an oven. Take our nice Halloween treats out as my glass is completely clogged up.
They are burned.
No, they're not. And we'll turn our oven off. Always remember to do that. We're gonna let them cool. The reason they're dark is they have that oil and cinnamon mixture on them. So let them cool. Don't try to put one in your mouth until they're completely cool. All right, we're gonna do our second recipe. It's called Silly Apple Bites. And I don't know if you can see this that far away.
You might need to be closer.
Yeah. All right, it calls for do not peel the apple. Why don't we peel the apple?
Because most of the fiber is in the apple peeling. And fiber, like we talked about last time, is good for our digestive systems and also our heart.
So, we're going to do 4 slices, which we now have. Some are bigger than others, and that's perfectly fine.
We're going to actually create, at this point, the tongue for our apple bites. And we do this by cutting off the top, and then we're just going to make slices with them. And you can see, makes a tongue.
Fine. That'll be a big
And these strawberries are great, again, for vitamin C. They also have something in them called manganese, which actually supports good bone health.
Step 2 of the Silly Apple Bites is, if you don't feel comfortable doing this by yourself, get a parent to help you. So Tyler, you have a knife, and Morgan's going to do one, and I'm going to do one. We're all going to have one. And what you want to do is take the peeling side, and you're going to cut out kind of like a wedge shape of that middle.
And that'll be your mouth.
Yeah. See how I'm doing? You come around and cut up. Don't let it cut you now.
And one other thing I wanted to mention about these apples are they're a great source of vitamin C as well, which that is very helpful in supporting our immune function and helpful in for wound healing.
So when you get it cut out, you don't want to go all the way through to the back. So you see, you kind of make a mouth. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just going to make some room, and I'll show you in a minute while you're making that room. The next is we use peanut butter, and peanut butter and apples together can actually help lower your blood sugar. Is that correct?
Well, it's definitely a great snack to include in your diet. It's a good carbohydrate, which is your apple, and a good protein, which is your peanut butter.
So you see, you fill your apple in. Mr. Tyler, if you will grab some peanut butter with this knife, and then put it inside of your apple. And then I think there's another knife, Crystal, when you finish, if you want to add yours in. So you can see it's a recipe that does, whoa, no, we don't want to use quite that much. There we go. But it is a recipe that doesn't require a lot of work. I'll hold it for you. So just have fun with it is the basic thing. Let's get a little bit more on our knife, on the tip end. There you go. Perfect. It's got a nice drooly mouth. And you can always cheat and put your clean hands on what you're making. All right, now we're going to take the cut strawberry that you have, take the end where you cut off where the stem is, and you're going to take the bottom of your apple and stick it just right in the bottom of your apple, sort of like a tongue stuck out. But sticking my tongue out at y'all. If you want to make it really scary, you can get the non-shelled sunflowers, but just don't eat it.
And
these are already the shelled ones.
Yeah.
And these are going to be your teeth for your treat. So we'll just put some in the middle.
And these are great. They're full of B complex vitamins, so they're really good in terms of supporting your nervous system. And they're also full of good healthy fats for us.
My teeth are disappearing. So, I'm gonna get the unshelled. I want to show you thus far. You can see the tongue and the teeth, and look at this creative stuff that Tyler did. He even put teeth coming around to the side, so you're not gonna get past him without it getting you. And here is Crystal's.
And mine shows you what it will look like if you use shelled sunflower seeds, which maybe you want to stick with the ones that aren't shelled.
All right, now we're going to do the finishing touches, which is to put the eyes on. So you can get your just regular cake icing. You don't have to use white. You can use red for bloodshot eyes if you want. So all you do, if it will behave, is I'm going to squirt out a little bit first. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit there and a tiny bit there. All right, I have that, but that doesn't complete your eyes. So you take a miniature chocolate chip and you turn it upside down and you squeeze it in the white. And that's why you want to put a little bit of icing, and there becomes your Halloween treat. We hope that you've enjoyed these treats. You can make them with your family. And as you can see, Tyler made a very creative treat. He's actually on his tongue eating an eyeball. So one thing that we would like to say is we appreciate you doing the 4-H activities, but please be safe if you try to go trick-or-treating. Wear your mask. Make sure that you have an adult with you.